So, good evening, beautiful ladies from Lucknow, from Calcutta, from Delhi, from all over the country. Welcome, Shonali. It's so nice to have you once again in this virtual world. Hopefully, we shall have you live very soon.
Yeah,
So,
thank you.
Shonali Sabrawal is a macrobiotic nutritionist and a gut health expert. She specializes in restoring gut balance to correct ailments. She worked across 200 health conditions and over 2,000 clients. She's also a chef and caters to Bollywood and across many target audiences, which includes adults, young adults, teens, and children. Shonali, I wouldn't waste your time. And without much ado, let me call upon our nutritionist, celebrity nutritionist, Shonali. Over to you.
So, thanks for having me. And again, I've come once live. I think it was about a year and a half ago. And at that time, our topic was related to gut health. We were doing a topic on fermented foods. And a lot of you perhaps interacted with me at that time. We were actually making the fermented foods with Moina and myself. Basically, I wanted to layer why it's so important to have good gut health, which we had emphasized at that time too, but I'll take you through it right now. That one of the most complex organs that we have, and the one that's doing all the job for us in our bodies, is our gut. And our gut becomes very essential in taking care of a lot of activities, and we do very little to take care of our gut because we are constantly, putting in toxins and environmental stressors, but we are not conscious of the fact that, while we think that going to the toilet allows us to cleanse in a way, and the colon is a self-cleansing organ, but our gut does over time accumulate toxins. And because it accumulates toxins, we start getting into a situation called inflammation. That's the new buzzword today. A lot of nutritionists are talking about inflammation and are trying to come up and tell you that, listen, the root cause of all disease is inflammation. So whether it's heart disease, whether it's cancer, whether it's autoimmune conditions, inflammation seems to be something which is a precursor to all those conditions. And before inflammation is the gut. It's the gut that gets you there. So if you have a good gut, you can surpass anything that's coming your way. If you have a weak gut or you have a slightly, irritated gut, then it's not going to see you through a lot of things. And then you become this the gut becomes a perfect bed to attract conditions. So one of the things that you can do one, of course, is the biggest thing you can do for your gut is to eat right. All right, which means you're focusing on high fiber foods, because gut bacteria get fed with high fiber foods. The good gut bacteria, that the fiber that's left over from your foods feed gut bacteria. Two is you can, make sure that you stay away from trigger foods like sugar being the biggest culprit, or you have dairy, which is a culprit, or you have white flour, which is a culprit. You have, refined foods, which become culprits. So you stay away from all the stressors, but very often in our busy lives, we don't stay away from those stressors. We, in fact, get tempted to, by them, and we start detoxifying our gut, and then the gut every 3 months needs a cleanse. All right. So there are a couple of ways to do a cleanse. You can go on a juice fast to bring the body's pH balance into control, into balance, because your body's pH has to be balanced. So one way would be you go more alkaline by going on a juice fast. The other way would be you do a cooked, simplified diet. So where you've cut back the oils, cut back the salts, and you do that for about 7-day periods. And then that sees you through some amount of restoration of the gut and gut bacteria. But another way, and because I've married what I do, macrobiotics, with Ayurveda, I lean on a lot of Ayurvedic preparations to help us detoxify also. So one way is that, I've written a book called The Detox Diet, and in that I've outlined a couple of 2-3 detox programs with, if someone has the ability to go through a juice cleanse, great, go through it. If you have the ability to go through a cooked cleanse, go through it. But very often it becomes important to give our body some kind of an agent, like a formulation of sorts, which helps to go down to your organ level and help detoxification. So therein, I've come up with this, a program where with my Ayurvedic doctor, we sit and look at each condition and see if the condition can take a particular dosage of any particular herbs, be they in a powder form or in a paste form, which help you then detoxify. Now that becomes a detoxification process, which is slightly more deeper because it goes down to the liver level where all your toxins are. So the liver is literally a place which is keeping in those toxins, okay, trapping those toxins in. So this particular formulation that we use, which is completely non-invasive, helps you detoxify the liver, helps you detoxify the gut, and then restores the body or corrects the body and brings it back into balance. Of course, the other way to do it again is, you go on for example, intermittent fasting today. You can do an intermittent fast, and if you go anywhere beyond 16 hours, the gut is a self-cleansing unit, and it starts, cleansing you of the toxins. But then just one day isn't enough, because sometimes you've got so many toxins sitting in there that you need to do it over a period of time. And that becomes a challenge. When you tell someone, listen, make intermittent fasting a way of life, it gets more tough. So then it becomes almost easier to lean on an outside formulation prepared under supervision for you, which helps you detoxify the gut. Now, once you detoxify the gut, what happens is, you're cleaning out the gut of all the toxins. B, you're also cleaning out the gut to have the good gut bacteria stay there and thrive there, because what comes in and goes out is the good gut bacteria, but the bad bacteria just sticks around. So you're trying to cut that out and give the good bacteria a chance to flourish. And that's what you need to maintain gut integrity. Now, today, for example, if you're talking about today's scenario with COVID, right? Everybody has to have very good immunity. And your immunity is really, really dependent on what your gut integrity is. By that, I mean, what is the state that your gut is in? Because everything, all your entire immune system also rests in your gut. All right. So if your gut is going to be strong, then chances are you're going to have a good immunity, and you're going to be able to go through a COVID if it ever happened to you. And if you have a weak immunity, you'll succumb to it. That's why they say comorbidity. A lot of people who have 2 or more conditions, like a diabetes and something else, or a thyroid and a diabetes, are more susceptible. That's why adults are more, like senior citizens get more susceptible, because they've probably got a blood pressure, like my mother, she's got a blood pressure and pulmonary hypertension. So those become 2 conditions, which then become a kind of a lower immunity in there to get a COVID. All right. So our endeavor is to get preventative, right? To look at our health going forward and say, look, I want to fortify myself in such a way that I am strong enough. So A, I don't get COVID. B, I'm strong enough so that my gut can handle anything. C, a lot of us have thyroids and PCOS and PCOD today. A lot of us are dealing with autoimmune conditions, especially, things like rheumatoid arthritis and, urticaria, psoriasis. These are all autoimmune ailments that come about. And it's happening, I see, to a lot of people now. So then our endeavor is that, okay, if we have to manage something, we first clean our gut up and then layer a good diet. All right. So just cleansing your gut is one part of detoxification. It's a very big part. It's a very important part. But going forward, then you have a chance to layer a diet plan, which then gets you started to then achieve what you want. So some of us have different health goals, like my health goal may be to have more energy, sleep better, have great skin, have great hair. Your health goal might be just to, strengthen your immunity, not have COVID, not get COVID ever, have abundant amount of energy. Everybody's health goals are different. So depending upon what you do after the detoxification process, like, you've heard, for example, I'm not taking care of that process, to tell you how to eat after the detoxification, but we could do a talk where I could tell you, okay, this is what you do. You look at your diet, you don't have sugar. We all know sugar is bad. We all know too much dairy is not good for you. We all know, refined flour is not good for you. We know refined and processed foods are not good for you. That everybody is talking about on social media today, on Google today. You have it all out there in front of you, but you consciously make it a point that in your life, then you're going to move on a cleaner eating platform. So what a detoxification process does is it gives you the ability to layer that diet on a good platform. And that's what I wanted to talk to you about today. That's why detoxification becomes very important. Different people have different views. There are a lot of views out there which are going about saying, why would you need a detox if you're eating well? I don't think you need a detox if you're eating well. Like, I have a pretty good diet, and I say this with no ego, but I have a reasonably good diet, and I don't need a detoxification process all the time. But I still do it once in 3 months. I still do a good detoxification process once in 3 months, only because I don't know where I could have picked up what, and where my system has gotten a little toxic. So it's a very individual process. The way I layer it out for you is very, very easy. It's supervised because it's coming to you whatever you're going to be taking, with a set of questions in place which we've kind of analyzed. It's a process that goes down to your organ level, so it is touching your organs and making you cleanse. And a lot of people have reported back saying that it's been easier for them to then start the process of a weight loss, start the process of, whatever they're trying to achieve in terms of, rectifying their conditions. It's been easier for them. So that's what the detoxification process does. So in a nutshell, this is what a detoxification process is all about. And there's a difference between doing it, supervised or unsupervised, because when you look at the allopathic or the Western medicine perspective, there's no such thing as a detoxification. Their theory is the stomach is a self-cleansing organ and it will cleanse, and I agree with that too. But then how many of us are creating those toxins, and those toxins aren't moving out of our system, so it's creating a pool of toxins, and then that gets into blood condition, which gets off, and then that gets into disease. All right, so the whole process of achieving good health comes down to what is your gut quotient. All right, how strong is your gut to withstand anything, and how strong are you going to endeavor to make it? Okay, I think in this coming year, when I get approached by a lot of journalists as to what's the next trend, and I've been saying this from 2017, that the gut is the next thing that people are going to look at. And sure enough, we've had a lot of talk around gut health from 2017 onwards. But going forward also, it's still going to continue to dominate the health space. Okay, anything and everything to do with the gut is going to dominate the health space, and you're going to learn more and more about it. You're going to see more and more people talk about it. So why not be a part of it? Why not do it and know that, listen, I'm good. I've taken care of myself for the year. So if there's one advice that I could give to any people today who are on board, is taking care of your gut is actually the first thing you can do for yourself, because you can do as many keto diets out there. You can do as many, Atkins diets out there. You can take as many kadhas that you want to take, which people have been doing during the pandemic time. I've been seeing that. Or you can take, any amount of, like totkas, as they say in Punjabi, or nuskas, as they say in Hindi, or concoctions, as they say in English. But if you're not going to take care of that one organ, which is going to filter it through and which is going to take you through it all, then it's not going to help. Okay, it's like it's going to go in there and do nothing for you. If you want to really take care of yourself, then you got to first address the gut. All right, and it starts with detoxification. There are a couple of times which are good for detoxification. Winter is a good time because you're preparing for spring that is coming in. So this becomes a good time. Then spring becomes a good time also, because spring energy is upward energy. So spring also becomes a good time to do detoxification. All right. So if someone does it now, let's say in Jan, then they repeat it again end of March, beginning of April. That's a good thing to do, because what happens then is you're kind of setting the tone for the year, and you're kind of setting the tone for things to come. Okay, so that's my talk today. I'm open to any questions you have to ask me. Of course, I know that when I do a talk like this, a lot of questions come up of just about diet. Like how should we eat? What should we do? What should we look at? But I think that's a talk one should save for later. Okay, this is a talk that I wanted to have with you about just simply how important it is to do a gut cleanse, right? And how necessary it is given even the time that we're in. And you know, it's a wonderful way that I've orchestrated this cleanse. So it's a product that I have which works really well. Having said that, like I said, you are free to make your own choices, because I do have a beautiful book that I've written called The Detox Diet. And there are, you know, juice cleanses, and there are, you know, other cooked cleanses in there, which you could do. But nothing goes deep enough if you do not use another agent to cleanse. That's what I wanted to leave you with. That's the thought I wanted to leave you with. So I'm open to questions. If you have any questions, or if I've missed out anything, I'm happy to take some questions on.
There's a question in the chat box by Mrs. Mrinalini Meher, who says some dietitians say yogurt is good for gut health, but you say stay away from dairy.
Yeah, so yogurt is the only thing in the Indian realm which has something called probiotics. When we were not talking about the gut and we were not talking about gut health, yogurt is something traditional Indian diets relied on, mainly because of the probiotic nature of yogurt. I personally don't advocate dairy, because I don't think the kind of dairy you're getting today is really great dairy. It's actually, there's a lot of stuff in it which is not good for you. So yogurt is an exception that I make in cases which I find, because I do a lot of difficult cases. So there are some cases which I find can take the yogurt, but some cases, most cases cannot take dairy. Okay. So therefore I take dairy off. So my approach is no dairy. But that's not important for the detoxification process. This is what you're going to be doing with your diet all along. So yeah, you can listen to another dietitian, but if you came to me, I would say there's no dairy in my approach.
Yeah, Ashni, would you like to take up the questions from the chat box? And we had a request from Mrs. Pooja Nagpal. She wanted to ask something. Pooja Nagpal, she's the media head of Flow Ludhiana chapter. Over to you, Pooja. Pooja, are you there with us? Okay, Ashley, you can take the questions. Meanwhile, I think Pooja will be back.
Okay. So there's a question in the chat box that how can we do gut cleanse with home ingredients?
So like I said, if you decide to do it at home, you also need to know how to do it and what to use in terms of foods. Yeah. So then it would be a good idea to get a book. Like I've written a book called The Detox Diet, which tells you, you know, what fruits you can use. You can go raw for the day. But like I said, if you do a detox with fruits, or you go raw for the day, or you do vegetable juices, or you just do a cooked detox, that's still not, that's effective, but it's still just about scratches the surface. So how to do it is, there are many ways to do it. If you want a sketched out map how to do it, my suggestion would be to, you know, get my book, because that will outline on how to do it. But again, the detoxification process has to go deep enough. So when I say it's a deep detox, I mean, I'm using something to get you that deep detox. You know, that's why you're being able to ingest something which is a herbal plant-based concoction, which is aiding the body to shed and detoxify. If you're going to use fruits and you're going to use vegetables, or you're going to use any of the food groups, you are getting somewhat detox, but let's say you're achieving 30% of what you could do if you took a formulation. So you have to decide, do you want to go the whole way, or do you want to go just 30%? Choice is yours.
There's another question. There are some important tips for liver cleansing, specifically if there's a fatty liver.
Do the deep detox that I have.
Shonali, meanwhile, would you like to elaborate your program, the deep detox program that you're going to be doing starting very soon?
Yeah, so I've been doing this successfully over the last 6 months. Basically, I go through a set of questions that I make you answer. It's about 5 to 7 questions, which gives me an analysis of what your condition is. And then based on what your condition is, me and my Ayurvedic doctor, who's based in Kerala, come up with a so-called concoction for you, which is either in a powder or a paste form, which you take in the mornings. Let's say you wake up at 6 o'clock, you have to take it at 6 o'clock in warm water. And then you have a lot of bowel movements after that till about 12 o'clock, 11, 12 o'clock. So you clear out a lot. So your gut kind of starts getting rid of the toxins. And then you're allowed to have and that day you're not supposed to have tea, coffee or anything. That day, your first meal of the day is a khichdi, which you have at about 12 o'clock. And your second meal of the day again happens at 6:30, which is again a khichdi. Chances are that after you eat those 2 meals, you will go again because the gut lining has been given a kind of like a concoction, which is still lingering around. But then you have cleansed your gut to the liver level and to all the organ levels. And you will notice that it's different because, the kind of bowel movements you have are different. They are not like, normal, a daily bowel movement. It's a very deep bowel movement. So you know that you've really gone down to a deeper level and cleansed. So that's a cleanse that I've formulated. This was after I wrote Detox Diet, which I wrote Detox Diet in 2017. But I realized that a lot of clients coming to me, when they come to me with these ailments, and I started making them doing a cleanse first before we start the diet program. And the cleanses were working very well. And then I said, this shouldn't be just restricted to my clients who are coming to me for their ailments. I should try and get it out to as many people as possible. And that's how the idea of a deep detox came about. So while you can do it at home, it'll scratch the surface. It'll give you 30% of what you're trying to achieve. But if you did it with with like a concoction as I'm talking about, then you definitely get deeper.
And Shonali, like how, if someone does it, how do they maintain the effects of the detox? Do it.
Like I said, and you weren't here when I said that it's very important to then keep your diet in check. Now that happens in a couple of ways. I don't know how every one of you is eating individually. So either, we do and everybody, if you don't do the detox on one day together, then it becomes very difficult to give another talk, which gives you. So then there's another talk which happens about how to eat right. Okay. But I realize that everybody has their own style and everybody has their own method. So I can point out, okay, in a talk, I can tell you this is not great, that is not great, but it doesn't take rocket science to know that sugar is not great for you, or, white flour is not great for you, or maida is not great for you, or refined flour is not great for you, right? Most people who are on a healthier platform, and today most of us are, know that there are certain things which, do create toxicity. So if you're going to do the deep detox and you think, next day I can get up and I can have a pizza for breakfast, lunch, and a jalebi for dinner, then obviously, the detoxification process was useless, right? If you really want to achieve something and really want to rectify your health, then you start looking at your diet from an 80-20 perspective. 80% of the time you're eating right, and 20% of the time you give your body the leeway to cheat. Okay? And 80%, then what you're eating is something that I leave it to you. You get it out of books. So you get it out of the books I've written, or you get it out of the knowledge that you've garnered, or then we do another talk where I layer the elements of diet in place for you. So even though you haven't done the detox, but you signed up for the detox, and I know that now I have to also deliver the diet to you. You know what I mean, Garima? You do it that way, because then it becomes a nice process whereby you've done the detox, and then you know that, okay, going forward, I am going to do it and I have to eat like that also.
Yeah.
Because then it becomes then you're completing the circle, if I just do the deep detox with you, then what happens is that I've kind of left you there, and then you're going back to your old devices. And then the chances are you'll get again, so you'll get toxins again in your system. So the idea is to leave you with a system for the year in the month of January, February, whatever, to handle the year well. Because we are never really coming out of COVID in a hurry. We are going to get our vaccines, but the pandemic is here to stay. I don't think we are going to be ever getting back to normal for another year or so. This is my reading. And anyway, whether you're getting back to normal or not getting back to normal, you have to keep your immunity under check. And you have to keep the disease factor under check. And that only comes with a good gut and a strong gut. So it is a good idea to detoxify and then know how to eat. It's a very good thing to do, you know, at the start of the year. So yeah, so I would complete the circle like that. I would say, like, you know, you come up for a deep detox, but then we do one talk, or depending upon how many people you can take at a time, a talk where you layer the diet in place and you say, look, this is the way you eat. This is what you eat. This is what you focus on. This is what you don't eat. And then you answer questions like, oh, well, is this okay for me? Because every individual has their own preferences also and their own style of eating, you know. So is this okay for me? Is that okay for me? Like just now there was a question on how do I do it at home? You know, those kind of questions come in.
So you would say, we have a question, how often should we do the detox diet? So you would say once a year?
Once in 3 months.
Once in 3 months, yeah?
Once in 3 months, you should do a detoxification process. Whether you're going to do it with a formulation like mine, or whether you're going to do it with a juice cleanse, or whether you're going to do it with a cooked cleanse, those are outlined in my book. Okay. So it really depends upon how you want to orchestrate that cleanse. But once in 3 months, it's highly recommended. I do it once in 3 months. I do a cleanse every 3 months.
In spite of eating so clean, like
in spite of eating,
you eat so clean.
In spite of eating clean. Okay. I do a Panchakarma once a year, so that's a major cleanse for me. And then I do a deep detox cleanse, which is this kind of a formulation at least once in 3 months.
Oh, that was the next question. So how is this different from a Panchakarma? Is it like a mini Panchakarma?
No. So a Panchakarma is much deeper because you're doing external procedure of, getting your lymphatic system via the oils that they're using to move the toxins into your digestive. So your toxins are being pulled from a tissue level also. It's not just a gut level, but it's a tissue level also. So, and that's a 3-week procedure. So Panchakarma is very intense because over 3 weeks, you're telling the body to take in all the toxins from the cells, from the blood, from the tissues, and push it into your digestive. And then they do this kind of a thing at the end, what I'm doing with you right now. Then they do give you a formulation and they do an oral cleanse. What I'm doing for you is just the oral cleanse, which is just the gut being cleansed. So your gut is a tube that starts at the mouth and goes down. If you've ever seen a picture of the gut, and then it's squished in your tummy and then it ends at the anus. That's your gut. It's a tube. So what I'm doing for you is you're taking this formulation and then you're cleansing everything, because that formulation is going in, those herbs, and are cleansing every organ. And then everything that goes in from here goes into your liver also. So it goes into your liver, it cleanses your liver and all, and you poop it out. All right. But when you go through a Panchakarma, you're doing it at a physical organ level, because every day they are massaging you to get that lymphatic drainage going to shift that toxin into your gut. So that is a very, very deep cleanse.
And we have a question. Is intermittent fasting for 16 hours a good way of detoxification?
Yes and no. Yes, because it is a good way of detoxification. It does give your body a break. Okay. But you are going to go back to eating, unless you're doing it like over time, you are going to go back to eating a normal diet at some point, and then you'll eat something which perhaps you think is like, you do intermittent fasting, but you say, okay, in my non-intermittent fasting hours, I am allowed to eat anything. So I'll even eat a burger and a pizza. So you're detoxifying yourself again. You're toxifying yourself again. You're giving your body the toxins again. But then again, you go into intermittent fasting. This is what most people are doing. I'll have my cup of coffee, or I'll have my sweets and all, but then I'll do intermittent fasting again. So that becomes a yo-yo effect, because you're swinging between cleansing and then you're eating rubbish. Intermittent fasting becomes good when your diet is clean and when you're giving the body a chance to also cleanse itself. But is the cleanse as deep as what the deep detox is, or the one that I use? The answer is no.
Someone has a question. I always have a lot of swelling on my legs. How can this help?
So you have swelling on your legs, perhaps because you're there's fluid retention, and there's something going on in your diet where your kidneys are not being able to flush out that fluid from your system. So the way it's going to help is it's going to help get rid of all the toxins in your body so that it releases even this water retention. So what comes out is this water that you've collected in the extremities or on your legs, and then it pushes the body to cleanse. So once it does that, then hopefully it remedies the situation a little bit so you won't have another build-up. But you also got to question what you're eating that's giving you this problem. And I don't know this person's diet, so I'm not going to be able to pinpoint as to what she's eating that's giving her the problem also. I'm only going to be able to cleanse her and then give her a better way to eat.
Okay.
But it will help. It will help get rid of that swelling. It will help rectify the, build-up of water.
Yeah. So does one feel weak after that gut cleansing program? Does one feel weak?
You won't feel weak, but you will be going to the pot at least 4 to 5 times. And in the end, you will start clearing out only water. So some people who are not a very strong constitution then say, oh, I just want to lie down for the day. It's a good idea to take that day off. It's a good idea not to do anything manic that day. And people do feel like, oh, they've really gone to the toilet a lot. So yeah, I mean, it's like diarrhea, it's like how you'd feel when you've got diarrhea. But it's not like that to that point where you're fainting or something. No, it's not that weakening.
So another question related to that, once we're done with that detox, the deep detox of gut, should we go easy on our food for a couple of days?
No, there's no such thing. So you can go back to eating normally pretty much the next day. But you may not get a bowel movement the next day because you've already done so much of cleansing the day before. And my suggestion would be to know how to eat right. So if we can do a talk after let's say people choose their own dates to do the detox, but once we have, let's say 20, 30 people enroll how many ever come on board, and we give the process to them on how to do it, because what I'm doing is I'm giving you a video on how to do it. I'm giving you written instructions on how to do it. So you can pretty much pick a day and do it. But we do have a talk for those people who've come on board to layer a diet in place and say that, okay, fine, this is how you'd eat after the detox. It would be a good idea, because then the next day you know that, okay, I should get up and not eat this that I was eating in the old way of eating. I was perhaps doing a lot of wheat, which wasn't suiting me, or I was doing, too much of dairy, which wasn't suiting me. So let me just get up and eat a cleaner approach. I think that would be a good idea.
So Shonali, if I enroll for this program with you, what kind of packets or what kind of treatments or Ayurvedic, you said you're going to send us some Ayurvedic stuff. What kind of stuff will we be getting?
It's just a paste. It's a paste or a powder, either way, which is 20 grams to be taken, literally like 5 teaspoons to be taken in warm water. That's all it is. The paste pretty much looks like Chyawanprash, and the powder is like a powder. You mix it in warm water and take it in the morning. You do feel a little yucky because it's a strong taste. You may need to close your nose and gulp it down. That may happen. And once you take it, you don't sit down. You move around so that you let the paste go down and do its job. Because if you're going to lie down after that, then it's sitting right here. It's not being able to clear and go down. We want the paste to go down, or the liquid to go down, the mixture to go down, and start doing its job. After about half an hour, 40 minutes, you get your first bowel movement.
Go off our regular tea, coffee, and other things.
That day you can't do tea, coffee, You're allowed to do a cup of tea in the evening, because a lot of people get a buildup of headache sometimes, and especially those who are used to their tea and coffees and all. So around 5-ish in the 4:35 in the evening, you're allowed to do a cup of tea. Because then that brings your headache down, because there's a little caffeine involved, so that headache comes down. But you're not allowed to do anything else, and you're supposed to eat dinner by 6:30.
So what would dinner be like? Can we have the content
of... So a normal khichdi works very well in the Indian system. You do a white rice khichdi white basmati rice with, you can do chilte wala moong dal, some people use, or pila moong with vegetables. So that's your, both the meals for the day should just have a khichdi.
So that means we're allowed to have some content of salt in our food. So
yes, you're allowed salt. You're allowed salt, you're allowed haldi, you're allowed little, if you can digest a little bit of, you want a little pepper or something in it, you can have it.
So does it make sense to do it in a group or do it individually?
My experience has been that people don't have necessarily the same time frame, you know. People want to have the ability to decide that I can do it on a particular day myself. You know, a lot of people want, because everybody's schedules are different, you know. Then to have people say that, okay, on the 21st of the month, I'm going to set aside to do this. Some may do it, but not everybody can. So when you leave it to some, because you see, if you make the intent, it all starts with intent. If you make the intent to enroll, you will end up doing it at some point, because you've made that intention that, listen, I am serious enough. A lot of people on this talk might say, look, I don't need it. She's just talking. I don't need it. It's okay. I'll read a book. Fine. But a lot of you will go away and say, no, it sounds good. I'm going to make the intent to do it, and you'll sign up. Now, if you have an intent to do it, then you jolly well make sure you put that intent out into the universe and you do it at some point. And then you attend everything that comes along with it, which means that if I have a talk at some point explaining to you what your diet should be like, then you come on board and do that, you know, attend the talk. So you know that, and take notes, you know, take notes, because, you know, then you know how to eat, you know, and you know how to keep clean. So in that sense, then it's a process that comes together very well for you.
Do we do it before holiday or after we get back from a holiday? Like, does it make sense?
You know, it's really your call. It's really your call. If you feel that you're going to binge so much on a holiday, that's, you know, it's going to actually detract you from your holiday, then do it after you come back. If you are not going to binge so much, you know, you're going to, you know, whatever your holiday is going to be, you know, you're one of those finicky eaters and you're very particular. It's only a one wine glass here or there, or it's only, you know, then do it before. It's really your call. I leave it to you. I leave it to everybody, to themselves, because I feel this is what I realize is that the people that came on, you know, some of them were very keen to do it together, because I was giving the talks at the same time. I was giving a pre-detox talk and a post-detox talk, or you know, whatever. But then I realized a lot of them just didn't want to come on board because they were tied to a day. So not being tied to a day helps, because, you know, I may be free tomorrow, you might not be free tomorrow. And then you won't come on board and you won't do it. So my thing was, why have time restrict people? Let people have the ability to do it whenever they want, you know? So
they can get in touch with you at any point of time, like even if they're choosing their own dates. Is it like, will you make it that flexible?
Yeah, people? So I prefer to do it like that. I don't like it rolling all the time. I like to give a cutoff date to people. Like, I like to tell them, like, sign up with me. Let me know you're interested. This is how you get in touch with me. But you have a cutoff date till the 30th of January to get it all in, because I then have to take those 34, like I've just closed one with 30 to 35 people. And I've had to now, I closed it today because I was still getting requests. And now on Monday, I send out the formulations. I start sending the next phase, which is I sit with my Ayurvedic doctor and we discuss the formulations and then we start dispatching it. I can't do it in batch because it gets very tough for my team to handle, you know. You can't keep sending it for one person. It doesn't work. So if people want to do it, then they let us know. We can lay out a plan on how to get in touch and whatever for them. And I have an X number of names, but I give it a cutoff of like a 10-day cutoff, you know, because I want entries to come in and then I want to sit with those, because that's my Ludhiana list. I've just finished a list on my Instagram, but that for me then becomes my Ludhiana bucket. And then I work on it together, you know. Getting one, trickling in one at a time is something that I've not set up for right now. I'd much rather have a start I put it out there and you sign up and then I send it out to you. It's easier for me. Easier on my side.
Garima and Ashley, there are a few questions in the chat box which are very valid. You can take them here. Yeah, please do.
There's a question that rheumatoid arthritis has become a very common disease. So can that be cured with the gut cleaning
That
process?
can't be cured with gut cleaning. You will get a cleaner platform, but I've worked a lot with rheumatoid arthritis. And you can definitely get the disease down to, depending on where you stand. I don't know whether you're on methotrexate or whether it's really chronic at the moment. But you can definitely get it down with diet and with, I work closely with this Ayurvedic doctor. So I work closely with him and you can get his medication in and get it down. I've worked on about 4 cases where we've brought it down to a manageable situation.
Okay.
The gut would be a good place to start. That's all I can say. It's not going to cure you.
There's another question that where do we get this powder that you were talking about?
I do everything for you. So you sign up, you fill out those questions. Whoever signs up gets a questionnaire to fill up. They send the questionnaire back to me and I then take it over, have your postal address, and the formulation is sent out to you.
We do not only have Ludhiana here, we have a lot of people from other chapters. So
Yeah,
any number that they can get in touch with for signing up?
Yeah, there is a number. Should I give it to you now or do you?
Why don't you put it in the chat box? It will be nicer for the people who want to enroll for this program. So if it's
do
possible.
I just click chat and put my number there?
Sure. If you want to send it to me via text, you send it. I'll put it on the chat box if that works.
I'm doing it right now. You can see.
And anybody else with their questions, please feel free to ask. You can turn on your camera. You can keep it off. Let's make it more interactive and open session.
And tell them to mention deep detox. And tell them to mention via Flow Ludhiana, because then I know you're coming from there.
Okay, regardless whether you flow Delhi, Mumbai, Kanpur. Yeah. So just mention it here that we heard you at Flow Ludhiana, so she can relate to it.
Okay, now what do? I hit enter. I'm sorry, I'm very
curious. Enter. That's okay. Just hit enter and
not going. Everyone publicly, and can you see my chat box?
Not yet. Ashley, could you help her with it? How she goes about it?
Yeah, are you typing it in the chat box?
I put it in the chat box. Now where do
send it to everyone. You have to choose the option of sending it to everyone.
Now how does it go?
Just click and enter.
Click and enter, or there's a
arrowish kind
send or enter something.
Yes, there you are. Yeah. There you are. So people who want to do a deep detox can save Shonali's number and just say it's via Flow Ludhiana.
Just check the number 9819035604.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shonali, what would be the next step once I register? Once I fill up the form?
Once they get in touch with me, I ask them for an email ID. So I'm putting it out there right now, and you put it on your group, whatever your larger group is, saying it's a good thing to send me the request with their email ID in place, because then I send them those questions. That's the first step, and I tell them how much it's going to cost. Okay. And then it's not at all, it's really worth their while. And then they send me back those questions. And then I give a cutoff date. So I would say today we are on the 16th. So I would say by the 26th, 27th, if I got all the entries in, then I could start sending it out. So they will not get their formulations till the first week of Feb, 1st or 2nd of Feb. For those who would get in touch with me.
So no. Is it like for one-time use kind, or they can
one-time use? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So if they want more, they can get in touch with you after 3 months or 4 months, whenever they want.
Yeah, they could. But it's not, you cannot repeat it for 3 months. But the formulation that is sent to you will be enough to carry you to the next one also. But don't do it before the 3 months get over.
Anything that can go wrong with it. Anything that can go wrong with it.
Nothing, actually. It's very safe. That's the only reason why my clients, I monitor it because they are under my consults. But the only reason I put it out there and did it in this way was because it's safe to do. Otherwise, I wouldn't have put it out there. I never put, Garima's worked with me before. So she knows that I will never ever do anything that will not work or that will put anyone in jeopardy. I don't work like that.
It's generic. If it's suitable for me, it is suitable for everybody. People with any particular ailments who can't do it, or people who are falling
So that's what the questions tell me. That's the questionnaire which I look at. Those are the questions that I've put together. And if there is a need, then I call the person back. So there's a little bit of that may happen where I may pick up the phone and say, I need to talk to you and ask you certain questions, because it is a personalized thing. I'm taking in your feedback to see, whether you're able enough to handle it. When I did it the first time, a lot of women, a pregnant woman wrote to me and said, look, I'm pregnant, can I do it? And then I had to talk to her about it, or I've just had a baby. There's another one who's just had a baby, can I do it? So I had to talk to her about it. Sometimes people have very chronic irritable bowel conditions, so can we do it? So then in that case, those answers tell me where you stand. Then I'll call you back.
So there's a question, which is a very relevant question. I think, what are the signs that our gut is unclean? How do you feel that your gut is unclean?
It starts with really bad bowel habits. Okay, you don't clean and cleanse all the time. You don't go every day. Your poop is not well formed. You are bloated all the time. You have a weight loss that's not happening. You have allergies that happen frequently. You get migraines very often. You could be having an autoimmune condition, which is definitely a leaky gut, which comes before the autoimmune condition. You could be having a lot of heartburn a lot of times. There are a lot of foods that trigger off the heartburn. You cannot tolerate certain foods. So it's n number of conditions which tell you that you've got a weak gut or a gut that needs cleansing.
So Niyati is asking, how much do you take up for this program, particular one-day gut detox?
Am I allowed to say that?
Yes, of course. Let it be an open house. Why not?
I charge 5,000 for the whole thing. So I charge 5,000 for you coming on board, analyzing your questions, sitting with my Ayurvedic doctor, formulating your paste or powder for you, and getting it out there, the courier costs and everything.
Which I believe is worth an investment, guys. I'm going to go in for this program for sure. Pakka se. And I think we are pretty much done with all the questions. Anybody who wants to take up anything, please feel free. Yeah, sorry.
How will the deep detox diet help in fighting visceral fat?
The deep detox will not help you fight visceral fat. In one day, you cannot get rid of visceral fat. Visceral fat is very stubborn fat, which is around your organs. So it's going to need a very, very good diet in place. So post the deep detox, you'll have to really look at how you do get your diet in order. So if you have visceral fat, you're going to have to work and work out. Work on your diet and work out both. But the deep detox will definitely, if you have the visceral fat, it goes to show that, there is something which is off, which needs correction. So definitely a good place to start is the gut. But can you if this is a question that I got asked last time also, people think they'll come on board and they'll lose like 3 kilos in a day. That's not the way things work. Okay, so you can set things right and you can get a ball in motion. And if you're really interested, then you come on a consult with me, because then you work closely with me to see the results. I think Garima will tell you that she's worked with me and she knows how I work.
Yeah, so 100%.
Yeah, so then you'll know exactly how it's going to help you going forward. But just one day, don't expect to pay 5,000 and get 5 kilos down. It's not going to happen. It's not a magic potion. It's a portion that's going to clean your gut, and that's what it's designed for, and make things easier for you. Yeah.
One more question. Hi, Shonali. I just wanted to ask that what should we have every day for a better gut? And a tip of the day you should be giving us.
That's a very long question to answer, actually.
But I asked in a short way.
Yeah, you may have asked in a short way, but there are so many things that you can do to have
No,
better health. So
something
that's I'm going to save that for the discussion that I'll have with all the people who come on board. Not because of anything else, but because that would be the right thing to do for the discussion we have post, like when you sign up, you do your detox. I think, Manath, we should have another talk, when they finally get their formulations as to how they should eat for better gut health. Because that question of yours is going to require a lot of time and it's a lot of information. But yeah, if you want one answer, I'll tell you, eat more fiber.
All right. Thank you.
So I think we're pretty much sorted here. So once we enroll with you.
Yeah, I think what you should do is put out my email ID also in case people want to also send me an email. I'm also going to put in the chat box here. But I'm not, I'm just putting this number out for, I didn't have WhatsApp on the previous number. So I'm putting this out as a WhatsApp number, but this is not to ask me any questions. I'm sorry, guys, I've got too many, I get inundated with it. I'm only going to put this out if you're interested in signing up, okay? So if you send me any questions, I don't really look at this WhatsApp and answer questions. All right? This is just so that if you want to sign up, you have a WhatsApp number as well.
Sure. And Shonali, is there any particular age to start from? Reena Kaushal is asking this question.
There's no age, no.
Even young girls can do it who are like barely 12, 13? Okay.
Yeah. I won't give it to a 5-year-old, but yeah.
Yeah, but a teenager could do it.
A teenager could do it, yes.
Okay.
It's very good for PCOS, PCOD.
Okay. So does it
very good for girls who are having acne, because these are all things that are showing toxicity. Yeah.
So there's somebody is asking if it's going to help them with their chronic constipation also if they do it. Yeah.
But it's not going to sort your constipation out till you eat right after that. Yeah. So
is there any preparation before we take up this program? Because
there's no preparation. No, you just get up in the morning and make sure that you have your day free and you have a bathroom nearby and you have plenty of toilet paper and plenty of water to drink when you come out of the bathroom, because you've got to keep replenishing yourself with water. There's no preparation at all. Make sure it's a day that you can get up at 6 o'clock. There was a lady who signed up from Ludhiana and told me I don't get up at 6 o'clock. I'm not saying everybody in Ludhiana does that. But there was a lady who said, I can't. And I said, you shouldn't have come on board because you have to take it at 6 in the morning. So if you're one of those people who's not going to be able to take it at 6 in the morning, then don't do it. You can't take it at 10, 11, 9. You have to get up, take it at 6. So there's a certain effort involved. Okay. So if you can't do all of that stuff, because I've been pretty transparent about how it works, it's not going to work for you. So there's no point doing something which is not going to work for you.
To start at 6 o'clock types early in the morning.
And take it.
And once you've taken it, you have to move around.
Once you've taken it and once your bowel movements have started, then you can lie down. You feel like you've gone once and you want to lie down now, it's fine, because the job it had to do to get to all the organs it's doing. That process takes about 45 minutes to an hour. So from 6 to 7 o'clock, you'll be up and about. You'll be sitting up and reading a book, meditating or walking around, whatever you choose to do. Now, if it's so cold in Ludhiana and people don't get up at that time and you're not used to getting up on that time, then you have to be very sure that you're committed to waking up at that time and taking it.
It's only for one day, then why not? It's
only for one day and it's only for your health. So I would say it's a small price.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And despite of the kind of lifestyle we have, I think it's a must thing that we should all kind of do it. So,
I think so.
So, anything else, guys? Anybody who wants to take up a question straight with Shonali, please feel to do so. Anybody? I think we're pretty much sorted. So we have your number here.
Yeah, I've
Can
given
we
you
have,
example.
Garima, would you want to add on something here?
No, I think we're pretty much sorted, Manat.
Yeah. So let's have Ashni for vote of thanks. Ashni, over to you.
A very good evening to all. What an insightful session it has been. Today's session was truly an eye opener. Thank you, Shanali, for sharing so much information about the gut cleaning. We would like to present you a green certificate. The idea behind the green certificate is that in Flow, we believe in creating permanent lasting memories. Hence, we plant a tree in the name of our esteemed guest of honor. And this green certificate is a testimonial to it. I would like to request the IT team to please show the green certificate for Shanali.
Thank you so much. I think I've got 2 green certificates now from you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Garima, you were a great moderator and curated and interacted interaction so intuitively. I'm thankful to Mrs. Mannat Kothari, Chairperson, FICCI Flow Ludhiana, for curating such a wonderful session. Over to you, Mannat Auntie.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Shanali, for making that time for us. I'm going to enroll for this program. I'm sure many from Ludhiana and other cities are going to do that because nothing comes before our health. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Garima.
My heartfelt thanks to our annual sponsors, KG Forging Amit Kothari, Glam Talks, Araya Resorts Vandana Verma. Dear members, we will be sharing all the information in the group as well. Thank you for such a wonderful audience. Stay stronger, stay home, stay safe.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shanali. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you, Garima. Thank you, Ashni. Thank you, everybody behind the scenes. Thank you all. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you. Thank you. So, went off well. Thank you, Garima. It was a very good event. I'm going to be enrolling.
Are you happy? I mean, I felt like she could have just given a little more.
My screen is frozen.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you were audible.